What's going on, guys? Jake Teasler with the latest Mustang and automotive news. I just got what I think is the best overlanding vehicle that you can get right now on the market. Basically, I got a 2001 Toyota Sequoia four-wheel drive.
Like that forever.
It's got the million-mile V8. It has tons of space. It's ugly. It needs a paint job. But in today's video, I'm going to go over why I think it is absolutely hands down the best value overland vehicle that you can get right now. When I say value, I essentially mean what you get for the money. And that's what value means. Are you getting a lot for the money? Or are you getting a little bit for the money? And for overlanding, is this a good vehicle? Now, a lot of people, that is not the Toyota Sequoia. But a lot of people would say, for an overlanding vehicle, like, you need this and this and this, and the Toyota Sequoia is not going to be good because it has two open differentials. It doesn't have a locking differential in the front or the rear. So if your front tire's off the ground and your front left's off the ground, your back right's off the ground, you're going to get stuck, right? Well, this is how bad the paint job is, by the way, which I'm going to ask you guys if you think I should fix this paint job or just roll with it, but you can let me know in the comment section. So back to the differentials. So is that important? Is the fact that the Toyota Sequoia has open differentials, is that going to keep me from overlanding this vehicle? Now, later in this video, I'm going to show you the trails and how I get stuck in the vehicle. Now, the trails that I take it on are basically extremely steep. And when the trails are that basically rough, you know, do you normally go over super rough trails when you're overlanding? Is what I'm trying to get at. When you're overlanding, most of the time, it's about camping and driving, being self-contained over long distances, eating out of the truck, sleeping out of the truck, being able to travel long distances. Okay, why does the Toyota Sequoia fall into that category? One, it is reliable. It has the million-mile 4.7 liter V8. And the Tundra, it's known to go 1,000,000 miles. There's records of that, right? Okay, same truck, okay? This is the SUV version of that truck, essentially. Okay, it's reliable. It's a Toyota. It has that V8 that is extremely reliable. Check out this roll-down window. Now, what I was going to say is there's tons of little things wrong with this truck. There's a list of them, but the bones of this truck are reliable. The engine, the transmission, you know, it has tons of space. I'll talk about that in a second, why it is a great overlanding vehicle. For one, it's reliable, okay? For number two, so what do you need in an overlanding vehicle? You gotta have, reliability is the number one thing. Hands down, reliability is the number one thing if you're looking for a vehicle to travel long distances in remote locations and be able to self-sustain. If it's not reliable, you can't do it, period. It doesn't matter if it will climb up a mountain. If you can't get to the mountain, it doesn't matter. If you can't get off the mountain, it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so in my opinion, the reliability outweighs the fact that it has or does not have a locking rear differential or a true like center differential. So
it's a bit sketchy in a big truck.
Next is, you know, if you're traveling across country, you need a lot of space. So, you know, as much as I liked my 2000 Land Cruiser, and I could camp inside of the vehicle, the Sequoia has so much more space on the inside. Essentially, it has 3 rows of seats. You can take out the back row, you can take out the second row, and you can literally like put in a queen size air mattress on the inside. So I will absolutely 100% camp inside the vehicle. I prefer that to putting a rooftop tent because you have all that extra weight on top, all that expense on top. I know they look cool and everything and it's trendy right now, but I'd much rather prefer to sleep inside the vehicle just due to bears and humans coming to attack you in your sleep, basically. So yeah, I feel more secure sleeping in the truck, especially if you can put a big fat air mattress. You don't have to set up a tent. So essentially the space inside the vehicle. Now if you're going to be going overlanding, space is like extremely important. This has more space than the Land Cruiser. I'm not saying this truck is better than the Land Cruiser. I'm saying that this truck has the million-mile engine. It's extremely reliable. It's still a Toyota, and it has more space interior-wise than the Land Cruiser. So if you're considering, you know, and the next thing I was just saying, for the price, you know, for the price, it is crazy value. These things are going for so cheap. I picked this truck up for $3,200, and there's about two or three reasons why I bought this truck. One, it's four-wheel drive. Two, it has a tow hitch on the back, so I can put a dirt bike trailer and I can tow my dirt bike to these remote locations like this and go riding, because I haven't been able to ride since I moved to California. So, and these hills are twice as steep as they look in the video. Hills are always way steeper than they look in the video. So the four-wheel drive is actually doing just fine on these crazy hills. So I do get stuck though later in the video. So number one, reliability. Number two is space inside the vehicle. Number three, it does have four-wheel drive. It doesn't have center locking. You know, you'll have to research a little bit more, but essentially I got stuck a couple times because I don't have a rear locker. This is me pondering whether or not I should go down this really steep, and I just decided not to because the ABS light is on the truck, essentially. Right here I'm going to demonstrate what's up with the differentials. They won't lock. And I get stuck. It doesn't look like a big hill right here, but it kind of it teeter-tots on this little hill here. So you get one wheel off the ground and it spins. So you'll see here the left rear, I believe, will get stuck. Or the right rear is off the ground, and then the left front is off the ground. So normally with a locker, it would just make that left rear also apply power, and then the right front that's on the ground apply power, and you just pull right over. And I'm not sure if the previous owner pulled some fuses for the ABS so that the traction control, but either way, if you high side it like that, it's easy to get stuck. But I just come at it at a different angle and it's no problem. So would the Land Cruiser do better on this specific spot? Yes, it would have pulled right over that because of the center locking diff and the A-track system and all this. So yeah, the Land Cruiser is definitely a better off-road vehicle. But when it comes to what I was talking about, what value-wise, is it a good overlanding vehicle? I think for $3,000, now you can pick these up for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You're not going to get a better value. So if you're looking at a Tacoma, you're going to be spending more money to get a four-wheel drive Tacoma, unless you get a really old 1990 something Tacoma that's really beat up. You can get these 2001, I believe they started making them 2001 Toyota Sequoia four-wheel drives, starting at probably $3,000, $4,000. The reason I got this one was so cheap. It does have a new timing belt and it does have new tires, so I really think that I got a decent deal on this vehicle. As far as cosmetic, it looks really bad, but this was a very steep trail and I ended up getting stuck. I didn't know if I should go up it or not. This was, I almost got in trouble here. I almost flipped the truck. You'll see in just a second. But I wanted to test the limits and I did. What I was getting at is the price and the value of this vehicle. Is this the best value that you can get for an overlanding vehicle? And I think absolutely. It has the most space. It has the million-mile V8. Now, it does get terrible fuel economy, but any overland vehicle is not going to get the best fuel economy because it's a V8, and they're usually big, right? Even if you get a V6 Tacoma, they're usually pretty big vehicles, so they're not going to be getting 30 miles per gallon. They're going to be getting mid-20s at best. This on the highway probably gets 16. So, reliability, space, four-wheel drive, it's got a tow hitch. And yeah, I just think that I don't think you're going to be able to find a more reliable, capable, spacious vehicle on the used market for, you know, $5,000 or less. I think this is, and I think a lot of people overlook this vehicle, and I get it. It's big. It doesn't seem like, but you guys saw the trail that I was riding down earlier. There was absolutely, it was a narrow Jeep trail, and this thing was going down it just fine. So in my opinion, I don't think it's too big. I took it on all the Jeep trails this weekend, and I got stuck here. I couldn't get past this point. But generally speaking, when you're overlanding, you're not trying to do Jeep trails and rock climb. You're trying to go down, you're trying to cover long distances the best way and the most comfortable with the most space and be very reliable. And I think this vehicle covers everything. It's not a rock climber, and it doesn't get the most amazing fuel economy. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles like a Land Rover. It doesn't have the great suspension like a Jeep or a Land Cruiser, but is it going to get you where you need to go reliably with the most space and for the best price? Absolutely. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I almost flipped the vehicle there. I was trying to figure out how to get out of this situation. I tried to put my seatbelt on, realizing that I might right there, look at it, flip, it's gonna, yeah, that was almost trouble. So hit the subscribe button. Do you guys want to see a full-on car review on this vehicle? I just wanted to post this up for you guys and show you the car and get some feedback. We could lift it, paint it, put some tires on it, do some more adventures, but I'm excited to share this with all of you guys, and look forward to hearing your feedback on what we should do with the truck. So thanks for watching, and post up your Toyota Sequoia stories in the comment section below.